similar to your dice game as you press things and then you see things happen. But the main motivation behind here is that an 8-ball has a set number of responses. You roll it around, it says outlook not so good, it says reply hazy, try again, it is certain, so on and so forth. And all those are randomly generated. And we could do this with a bunch of if statements, but I want to use this 8-ball assignment as your intro to something called lists or arrays. And that helps you save some time. As seen in the assignment prompt with an array, you store similar things together. In this case, it's a bunch of sentences. Those are your responses. So now it looks like var answers. And be careful with the syntax. Now we notice we have these little square brackets. That denotes a list or an array. So answers now contains the word yes, the word no, and the word maybe. And we're going to be utilizing this to help us save some time, to be more efficient in our coding, to display various responses. So that's the main new idea. There's also a logic bit to the Magic 8-Ball. That's the focus. My starter code has you draw the 8-ball out. So in this example, if I copy and pasted this, notice it just draws the 8-ball on the screen. It has the circle, it has an 8, it has a background, and it has some text. And if you click it, nothing really happens. And I give little comments on where you should modify things. I have a couple helper functions, which I underemphasized from last time starter code because it was from past semesters. Drawball, it thinks it does exactly as you think. It draws the Magic 8-ball. Notice there's no answer displayed. That's its goal. And I have a helper function. So this is a function I made up by myself. Display answer. That's the one that displays the text. And right now, that function, it's blank. It just has the normal 8-ball there. It isn't being called, and it has some comments for you to think about and fill out. And then somewhere down here, when the mouse is clicked, that's the main behavior. When you click on it, you should see different responses. And there may be a point in your starter code or in your coding, let's say you are working on your assignment, you do something like this, use my starter code, you get the words to display on the screen, but then it doesn't go back to the 8-ball, like the white background with the black 8 on it. That doesn't happen. So this, you get like 3.5 out of 4 or 3 out of 4. I forgot how I graded this last time. But notice, like, we don't go back to that original state. That's one of the hardest parts about this assignment. Although the lines of code are really simple, understanding this is a really big idea. How do you toggle between two states? You might have done so before in your previous assignments, especially in your dice games. You may not have. But if you notice you got to this point, notice you're at an appropriate hurdle, and conceptually you need to understand how do I get it to do something like this. Click, I see a response. Click it again, it goes back to the 8. Click it, I get a different response. It's randomly generated, which you know how to do from your dice games. You click it again, it goes back to displaying the 8-ball. Really subtle thing, and it emphasizes, before, a lot of you probably came across the 1 frame late issue where you roll the dice, it displays your previous turn, not your current turn. It's kind of related to that, to give you a hint. And let's see. Because I'm out tomorrow, I'm going to pause the video here. That's the intro to the 8-ball assignment. Please go over the starter code. The next screencast is just talking about arrays, which is the next new idea.